How glorious a greeting the sun gives the mountains. To behold this alone is worth the pain of any excursion 1,000 times over. With this famous John Muir quote in mind, we took the long flight over the Atlantic to explore the grandeur of nature in the northwestern United States. This is our story.
Hey guys, welcome to the high ground. My name is Fabio, and this is the beginning of our journey from the Olympic National Park all the way in the northwestern part of the US over to Montana, then down and back to Portland. And you're going with us.
Olympic National Park is located west of Seattle. It encompasses nearly 1 million acres of land and is not only the sixth biggest national park in the lower 48, but also the place with the most precipitation.
Now, as just said, this will be a travel series. I will take you along. We're going to visit a lot of beautiful places from, as we just said, Olympic National Park, where we are right now, over to the Glacier National Park in Montana and everything in between. And I'm pretty sure it will be awesome. I will give you my impressions of traveling in the US. I'm of course not a US citizen or US resident, so I will try to, stay in my lane. I will also not necessarily comment on politics. I think that might not be the place for this in this video, but we will surely talk about cultural differences because, that's what makes travel interesting, right? Okay, so yeah, this is the beginning. We're at Hurricane Ridge in the Olympic National Park, and we're doing a small hike. I think you can go up to 8 miles and I think roughly 1,200 feet altitude difference. So it's nothing big, but we just arrived today. It's now a little bit later in the afternoon, and so it's perfect opportunity to do something shorter. Okay, then yeah, let's walk over there.
Hurricane Ridge is a short but rewarding hike. It is one of the most visited sites in the Olympic National Park, so you will hardly ever be alone. The windswept landscape has a rugged beauty to it. It looks barren at first, but even up here is abundant life. And even though there are no grizzlies, the battle for survival is fierce. And since the sun is sinking, we're heading back to our car.
Okay, that's it for the Hurricane Ridge. Now we have the next day. We had breakfast and we're driving now also in the Olympic National Park to the Hoh Rain Forest Visitor Center. The Hoh Rain Forest is in the southwestern part of the Olympic National Park. So from where we stayed in Port Angeles, it's roughly 2-hour drive. And yeah, that's where we're at. I'd say I'll show you around when we're there. And yeah, talk to you soon.
Already the drive along the shores of Crescent Lake is beautiful. And the vegetation is getting noticeably denser as we get closer to the Hoh Rain Forest.
Okay, we arrived at the Hoh Rain Forest and went down a little trail. They have various trails here. The one we are on is up to 30 kilometers, 18 miles long. We of course won't do all of it today, but you can see the surroundings. It's really beautiful, amazing. Huge trees. Some of them fell down naturally and have them been cut in half to have the way past them. Others just lie there. So it's really cool. And to be honest, if you drive in here, we had to wait for I think 25 hours, 25 minutes, not hours, for 25 minutes. To get in here, and that's well worth the wait. So yeah, really cool environment. and let's go and explore what else we can find here.
Hoh Rain Forest is one of the largest temperate rainforests in the US. It is also the wettest forest in the lower 48. It includes 24 miles of low elevation forest along the Hoh River. The dominant trees in this rainforest are thicker spruce and western hemlock. Some of them grow to enormous size, reaching over 300 feet in height and 25 feet in diameter. It is home to many animals like the cougar, raccoons, Olympic black bear, and the Roosevelt elk.
This is really beautiful. It's somewhat like a hall in the forest. My wife said that this is where Van Gorn could live, and I absolutely have to agree. Really beautiful.
While we continue deeper into the Hoh Rainforest, we find one of the sources of its green abundance, the Hoh River. About 56 miles long, the Hoh River originates at the Hoh Glacier all the way back on Mount Olympus. We would linger, but we have to head back for a special occasion.
Away from the river here and without a lot of lightning, not really something we have to worry about that much. But I also had that question, what could affect the
Ranger-led
here?
walks, talks, and campfire programs are available throughout the summer at all popular destinations in Olympic National Park. I enjoyed them a lot and think this is an awesome way for visitors to learn more about the national park. During the winter, the rangers even offer guided snowshoe walks at Hurricane Ridge.
Yeah, this was our short visit in the Hoh Rain Forest. Yeah, really cool place. We had a guided tour with a ranger. You can do that for free there. So yeah, that was really worthwhile. We're driving home now. Home means not to Switzerland but to Port Angeles, where we have our hotel. And tomorrow we will have another day in the Olympic National Park, and I guess I'll see you then. So for us it's the next morning. For you it was only a short cut. And today we're again in the Olympic National Park and we're climbing Mount Stormking.
Today we finally get the chance to spend more time with beautiful Crescent Lake, which we just passed by yesterday. Even when we climb higher, it is always in our view as our constant companion on the way up the mountain.
Now we're a little bit further. I just showed you Lake Crescent from where we started. And the whole hike is not super high when it comes to altitude. Mount Stormking is only roughly 4,000 feet, 1,800 meters. But it's still almost, this altitude gain from below. I think it's roughly 2,000 feet altitude gain when the ranger didn't lie to us. And yeah, that's what we're doing today. Still fairly short, but yeah, so far impressive. And due to the humidity that we have here in the northwest, I'm pretty sweaty, and I shouldn't be from that little bit of altitude gain, but I am. So yeah, that's a testament to the climate. So yeah, let's just continue this way.
The way up the mountain is not difficult. A lot of people walk here. But you still can see the occasional glimpse of nature and wildlife. Lake Crescent keeps us company A bit further up, we get to the end of the maintained trail. From here it will get more difficult. But actually,
this is the fun part.
some people even say that there are ropes. Well, we are excited to see them. And indeed,
Here we have the famous ropes. And you actually don't need them.
only a few steps further up the mountain and then over a small ridge, and we are at the summit.
So we finally made it to the top. It was roughly 650 meters, altitude gain 2000 feet. I think this shouldn't take you longer than an hour 15 minutes if you keep walking and don't stop for filming. And yeah, it's beautiful up here. We just saw a bald-headed eagle, bald eagle, yeah, the American national animal. So no, it's really nice up here, and it's well worth the hike. We started from down there. I will show you a few pictures in a minute. And yeah, that's it. We're walking back down. A lot of people that walk at least until the end of the maintained trail, and then it gets fewer and fewer people. And finally on top there were we and two other parties, so a lady and a guy with his girlfriend. So yeah, it's really nice. There are ropes everywhere in the steeper parts. I don't think that they are really necessary, but of course, if you need them, use them. And yeah, core message, nobody has to be afraid to walk up here because it's really not difficult at all. Okay, that's it, and let's walk back down.
The summit gives us the best view of Crescent Lake we've ever had. And even down to the place where we started. The way down is not always downhill, but has some horizontal traverses. We still make pretty short work of it.
So we made it successfully down from Mount Stormking, and now we're visiting the Mere waterfalls because we still have some time, and they're this direction.
The Mere waterfalls are usually one of the big attractions in the Olympic National Park. We reached them after a short hike, but unfortunately, due to the dry summer, they are rather unimpressive. The water at the bottom of the falls looks inviting, but that's about it. So we turn around, and with a last look back to Mount Stormking, we hit the road.
And with this, our visit to the Olympic National Park ends. Yeah, it's a really great place. I'm even a little bit sad that we have to move on, but yeah, now we're driving towards the east, towards Montana, to the Glacier National Park. On our way there, we originally wanted to drive either the Cascades Highway or the old Interstate 2 because it's yeah, much nicer drive than just the new interstate. But unfortunately, one of them is closed due to wildfires and the other one is closed due to floodings. So we had to make up an alternative for today. And we're actually going to the Washington State Fair. Now, I'm not sure if this is something that will be interesting for you, but I have never been to a fair in the US and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And yeah, we're driving there now, and if it's interesting, I'll take you along. Otherwise, we'll see us afterwards on the drive.
Jubilation, she loves me again. I fall on the floor and I laugh in jubilation, she loves me again. I fall on the floor and I laugh in. Everyone!
And that was the Washington State Fair. We both really enjoyed it. It was a mix between two types of fairs that we also have in Switzerland. One is more a party with joyrides, and one type of fairs is very agriculturally centered. And this fair somehow was, yeah, a mix between both of them, and that was really, really cool. We're driving now towards the east on the Interstate 90, and our next stop will be Leavenworth. And yeah, I'd say I'll give you a shout out from there.